What is it to be part of an exceptional liberal arts college, one that ranks in the top 4 nationally in a poll of college presidents, was first in the number of national merit students, and that continues to make the list of outstanding institutions of learning? What is it to be part of Reunion?
Well, I'm here at Carleton Reunion because, in fact, it's Phyllis's 25th reunion. I had mine last year but was unable to attend. And I think we're really here to, see some old friends. I had a number of friends in her class, of course. Renew old friendships after 25 years, but also to reacquaint ourselves with Carleton, the campus, and what the school stands for, in part because we have a son who will be starting here as a freshman in September.
Yes, and I had come to my 20th reunion, which I had found a lot of fun, mainly because it wasn't what I expected. People weren't asking me what degrees I'd gotten or what I'd been doing with my life, whether everything was worthwhile. We just sort of picked up where we'd left off. And it was a very natural sort of situation, and we had a lot of fun. So I'm coming again. I'll come again in the next 5 years, I think.
I think the major benefits of being a student at Carleton is that you can get an education above and beyond the education that you normally get in a classroom. You gain a lot from your peers, something they called the Carleton experience when I came here as a freshman, and I've kept that in mind through the 3 years I've been here, and it actually really does apply. You get a lot of education from interacting in intramural sports and just with people on your floor, and I think more than half the education here is from other people.
Well, Frank and I were both, I think, delighted that Matthew decided to come here. I'd like to say that we didn't put any pressure on him to come. We brought him here strategically when we had a chance. He was here for an alumni weekend once before. But we've always been such strong advocates of Carleton, and I think always so completely satisfied with our Carleton education that, of course, for him to come here seemed not only natural, but a good thing.
A lot of people wonder why someone from California would want to come to Minnesota for school. It's not that I wanted to come to Minnesota for school, but I wanted to come to Carleton. Anyone who knows Carleton knows the caliber of the school, and especially when you visit, you know you want to come here.
Carleton's presidents have had widely differing styles, but all have maintained a commitment to academic excellence and the attraction of a quality national and international student body, a philosophy reflected in the thinking of Carleton's current president, Stephen Lewis.
One of the things that is essential about a liberal arts education is that it teaches people to think. It teaches them ways of understanding, of comprehending the world that is not fixed to a technology, that is not fixed to a particular way of thinking about things. If a Carleton education is successful, it makes people aware, it makes them able to understand things, it makes them able to read texts, to interpret them, to understand science, to understand the scientific method, to see a picture, to understand a novel.
We met a range of people in nonstop meetings, lunches, and dinners, including students, faculty, staff, administrators, and people from the community. And the overall feeling that both of us had, and me in a very personal way, was this is a very welcoming community.
Obviously, we're looking for people who can handle it here academically and do well. But in addition to that, we're looking for people who are going to contribute something to the college while taking an education from it. I think it could be in terms of athletics, music, drama, publications, politics, just a great person to be a roommate, live next door to. We're looking for people who have a social conscience, an interest in things other than just themselves, and in contributing to their fellow man and woman.
few in 1959 when the Kingston Trio exploded on the national scene and first visited campus. The Alumni Association Annual Awards.
And then next, I'd like to thank Robert and Ruth Wright. They're miracle workers of the class of 1928. And I still think that 1928 is the best class of all.
I am sheepish about getting this award. I look through the alumni notes in the Carleton magazine, and I see classmates of mine on Indian reservations, saving lives, working throughout the country to help those who don't have the allies politically or financially that they have. Those are the heroes, in my view, of our class.
I'm very honored to be here tonight and to accept this award. And I, too, wondered why I was selected. And unlike Ted, I couldn't say it's because my organization gives a lot of money. We take money, we don't give it.
I gratefully accept this, and it is truly an honor. It is also a pleasure to be here and participate with this class of 62 and what they have done. It seems to me it is an example of what Carleton people can do when they get their minds to it, and I do salute you.
Let me say that President Larry Gould brought my husband Philip and me to Carleton in 1952 and changed our lives. Generations of Carleton students with whom I engaged in a life and death struggle for the preservation of the English language. And I'm not about to say who won, kept us here. I can't think of any award that gives me greater pleasure than this one, which seems to say that those 27 years were not altogether misspent.
The all-class picnic on the ball spot. We all carry with us images of favorite professors, men and women who made a profound impression upon us in our formative years and whose influence remains with us today. A vivid memory of many alumni is that of President Gould saying they would always be a part of Carleton.
I went to the University of Michigan, and I would have that same feeling toward the University of Michigan, but after I had been at Carleton College, I realized the superiority of a small college where you can learn to know the people about you and the value of an education, especially in a place like Carleton College. I'm prejudiced.
I want everybody to make sure they can see the camera.
For their 25th reunion, the class of 1962 set a new record, giving $1.4 million in unrestricted funds to the college.
Everybody ready?
We decided we'd put together a major effort to bring a lot of people in and get them all involved. Our effort is to really change the way Carleton College views its alumni, and the alumni view the college.
Well, I think the most important thing of what we did was recognize the need that Carleton today is a very outstanding college that ranks very highly nationally. And if they've missed anything over the years, it is the annual fundraising that allows the school to support programs, events, scholarships that can take the college in what I would call a kind of a new era.
When I look back over the last couple of years, and I guess it really started 2 years ago, some of us began noticing what some of the major universities were doing with their alumni. And I have to be honest, I have not been back for a reunion in the last 25 years. And I began to see a lot of the fun that we were missing, and made a few phone calls to people I hadn't talked to for 25 years. And I was absolutely excited about how everybody sort of said, hey, why don't we go out and have a good time and put something together for Carleton. I think one of the mistakes people have made is thinking that maybe the class of '62 is something special. It's been amazing to me in seeing even the funds we've raised have been astronomical, but no one contribution exceeded 12% of the total. What this is a lot of people responding to an idea. Any class could do this. There's nothing special in our group whatsoever. The college has been very supportive. It's just a matter of making a phone call, contacting a friend, getting on the phone, a conference call, a meeting someplace, and it becomes not a chore or a job to get done, but something that is a process that's just very stimulating.
Alumni choir practice, the sounds of the past recaptured one more time.
I got a nice O vowel, O. Beautiful. Here we go. Two beats. One, sing.
Merrill Jarko, former Dean of Men, exchanges stories with the class of 1947.
So I said, how would you like to meet Clem Gransko, who you may remember was president of St. Olaf? Well, he said that'd be great. So we went up to Clem's house. I rang the doorbell. Clem came to the door. I said, Clem, it isn't every day that somebody from Carleton can bring a Norwegian ambassador over here. They immediately broke into Norwegian, looked at me and laughed. I don't know what they said.
So I sharpened up my office skills. It was with therapy. I eventually decided full-time work was not for me. But I typed the dissertation for my daughter's PhD.
I think that college reunions have values in very many different dimensions, and a lot of it depends on the age and the year of the reunion in question. For example, students who've been away for 5 years can find an immense value in reestablishing some of the networks and finding out about graduate schools or even employment opportunities and touching base with faculty who've been mentors. If they've graduated just 5 or 10 years ago, many of the faculty will still be here. Students who've been away a longer time, I think that there's more of life experience to share. And at all levels of reunion, there's always touching base with the enthusiasm and the idealism of the college years.
What I enjoy about Carleton reunions is the opportunity to see former students. Perhaps the students don't realize it as much as is the case. I and I think other faculty members would very much like to hear from them when they come to reunions. They don't always call us when they're here. I think maybe they're reluctant, unwilling to intrude on us, but I think most of us would really like to see our former students.
I'm coming back to my reunion for a few reasons. First one, the last big reunions, I was either 8 months pregnant or on the wrong side of the continent to get to. I've been very involved in the admissions program at Carleton. I've also just been elected to the alumni board and found I really wanted to check back with people, see where they've been. see what's going on campus now.
Well, I came to Carleton. I was a graduate of a city high school in Chicago. Never did very much. I came to Carleton and had the opportunity to participate in and take an active role in a whole variety of things here on campus. I was a proctor my senior year. I was co-chairman of the co-op, the whole world, the whole academic world, and felt that Carleton really has made my life. And I made the statement several years there that I didn't know if it would be possible for me to repay either financially or in terms of service the debt really that I felt I owed to Carleton for what it had done for me.
By participating in Reunion, we reaffirm all that the college has given to us, and we depart strengthened in resolve, moved in heart and mind, appreciative of Carleton's sense of community, aware that we are part of a grand tradition.
Now, finally, I remind you of what I said to you 4 years ago when you matriculated at Carleton College. I said then that you were forming an association that nothing, not even death could break, because always you are a part of Carleton College, and whatever happens to you is of concern to us. I remind you of the ancient legend of Antioch. And you, like Antioch, will find your strength renewed and your faith revitalized when you return to this maternal ground.